Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt more trapped than loved? That's what today's story is about. My name's Leah, I'm 22, and honestly, I'm drained from constantly being painted as the villain. People act like I'm heartless just for wanting something so simple. My own life, it's like no one remembers what it's like to be young and crave freedom. I was dating Ethan. He's 25, but sometimes he acts like he's 65. We've been together nearly 2 years, living in a tiny apartment where he never stopped complaining about money. But every time I suggested going out or making plans, it turned into a debate that left me exhausted. I work at a busy downtown restaurant, and the stress is nonstop. So when my coworker Lily invited the team out for her birthday, I was thrilled. Finally, a chance to unwind. But Ethan didn't see it that way. He's got a dull office job and comes home drained every night, refusing to do anything fun. The moment I mentioned Lily's birthday dinner, his expression changed. That same look I'd seen too many times. The one where I'd supposedly confessed to some outrageous crime. Then came the questions. Who exactly is going? What time will you be back? At that point, I sometimes felt like I was dating my dad instead of boyfriend. I explained it was just co-workers grabbing dinner and a few drinks. Nothing wild. Still, he couldn't let it go, dropping passive-aggressive comments about how we'd been arguing more lately. Of course we had. He'd grown possessive and dull, and I was tired of feeling like the bad guy just wanted to live. He finally gave reluctant permission, but his sour mood lingered. You'd think I'd asked to do something unforgivable. That night, I took extra time getting ready, hair, makeup, the whole works, slipping into a new dress that made me feel confident. It had been forever since I felt pretty. Ethan barely looked at me, muttering, "Don't forget your curfew." At the restaurant, the vibe was completely different. Everyone was excited, laughing, buzzing with energy. There were about 8 of us, including a new guy at work, Liam. He's 20, full of charm and energy, and somehow makes every shift fly by. Ethan kept texting throughout dinner. I responded politely, but I wasn't about to stare at my phone all night. After dinner, Lily suggested going to a new nightclub nearby. I hesitated for a second, but this was exactly the kind of night I needed. Inside the club, the music was loud, the lights dazzling, and the energy electrifying. I couldn't remember the last time I felt so alive. We danced, laughed, and celebrated Lily's birthday. I ordered a drink, then another, finally letting go. Liam was especially sweet, making sure everyone was having fun, buying rounds of shots, hyping up the group. Every time I looked up, he was there, smiling, pulling me to the dance floor. For the first time in months, I felt noticed. I ignored Ethan's texts, knowing they'd ruin the moment. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just enjoying myself. Liam made me laugh, complimented my dancing, and made me feel attractive again, something Ethan hadn't done in ages. Time flew, and before I knew it, it was well past 2 a.m., past the curfew I promised. But I wasn't leaving. Everyone was still dancing, and Liam and I kept ending up next to each other. There was a spark, sure, but it wasn't planned. It just happened. By 4 a.m., when the club closed, we all went to a 24-hour diner nearby. Liam slid into the booth next to me, still cracking me up with ridiculous stories. We talked about everything, work, dreams, life, and it reminded me what it felt like to be heard. Ethan and I hadn't had a real conversation in months. When I finally stumbled through the door at 5 a.m., much more tipsy than I planned, Ethan was waiting. Furious, he bombarded me with questions, his face twisted with anger. I was too exhausted and drunk to deal, and ended up vomiting in the bathroom before passing out on the couch, still in my dress. The next morning was brutal. Hungover, but still riding the high from the night. I found Ethan cold and unresponsive, ignoring everything I said. Later, we argued. He accused me of being selfish, reckless, even unfaithful. I admitted that Liam had been flirty and a little handsy on the dance floor, but I explained it carefully. I hadn't encouraged it, it just happened. And I want to be honest. Instead of appreciating that, Ethan exploded. He said I'd crossed the line, called me dishonest, and claimed he couldn't trust me anymore. He put me on probation, saying I had to earn his trust back. I felt ridiculous, treated like a child for daring to have fun. Then, 3 weeks later, everything blew up. Ethan found messages between Liam and me. Nothing scandalous, just friendly chats and a couple of casual coffee meetups during lunch. But Lily, yes, the same Lily whose birthday night sparked all this, betrayed me. Guilt-ridden, she spilled everything to Ethan, saying I had chased Liam, bad-mouthed Ethan at work, and was all over Liam at the club. Ethan believed it all. He dumped me immediately, told me to move out by the week's end, and blocked me everywhere. No chance to explain. Liam vanished too. Once I was single, he moved on to another girl at work like nothing happened. I was left alone, humiliated, back at my parents' house, my life in shambles. Meanwhile, Ethan moved on quickly, dating a quiet, shy co-worker within weeks. He's thriving now, happier than ever, while I'm the crazy ex everyone avoids. My social circle crumbled. People whispered, judged, and treated me like a disaster. I tried chasing that night's feeling of fun, freedom, and attention, but it never lasted, only left me emptier each time. Eventually, I packed my bags and moved to Phoenix, hoping to finally start fresh and leave the ghost of that night behind.